Whoever's on here, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to test out YouTube Live. But hey, let me see. Okay, can you guys hear me? So I'm trying to test out YouTube Live, but for those of you guys who are on here, it's so good to see you. It's 5 people. That's crazy. Hi. So it's been a while. So I really didn't expect for anybody to come on here, but nonetheless, I don't know if it notifies people when you go live. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to figure out how it works, but oh my goodness, I haven't made any content in a long time, but I'm gonna be making some soon. So I wanted to just test this out. Um, OMG, hi, you guys. I'm gonna just stay on for a second. You guys can hear me? Okay, so here's the reality. I've been trying to test this out because okay, so it notifies you. Okay, I didn't know how this worked. Um, and so I'll be back to like creating different kinds of content, different kinds, some similar to the past, but not necessarily. I am Oh my goodness. No, I came back. I did change the name to Timaiah because I will just be doing other things, you guys, but God is so good. I will be back. And it will be I just wanted to just come on and test this out really quickly, but for an update for those of you guys who I first just want to say thank you guys so much to everybody who was a part of my journey. You guys have no idea how much God used you guys to truly help me get through law school and business school. When I say I couldn't have done it without you guys, that's not an overstatement. I made a post on social media about a month ago or a few weeks ago where I just talked about just whenever I wanted to give up, I just thought about the people who subscribed to my channel and who started their journeys after witnessing my journey. So you guys truly helped me in ways I can never articulate. And so I am an attorney now, and that's amazing. God is good. And I've been an attorney now for almost 2 years, I guess. I passed the bar the first time I took it, which was great. But a lot has changed just in the midst of all of that. I've really been just spending time with God and truly becoming who He created me to be. And so that necessitated my full attention, and so I'm glad that I was able to do that. So now I'm able to pour in every way that He calls me to, whether it's making videos or just making whatever it is that He creates me to create. I truly have made it my mission to truly be God's vessel, and so that's I'm letting Him use me in whatever way He sees fit. But I definitely wanted to just test this out because this is my family, and I wanted to just come back and I need to figure out how these things work because a lot has changed since I left. But all is well, you guys, and I'm just so happy to even see that some people like came on here. So it's good to know that they notify you guys. I hope to have some more content. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it was definitely has definitely been a journey, but I hope that you guys are all doing well. For those of you guys, I know some of you guys weren't even in or interested in the legal profession, but if there's anything that I can say that I want to leave with you guys, if in the event that you guys don't ever return, is if you are in law school or you are an attorney or you have dreams of being an attorney, always it's not remember that it is not your identity. And I think that's the biggest thing that I really needed to understand, because a lot of the world will truly glamorize the profession. And when you fall victim to this elevated perception that maybe you're superior because of this profession or what have you, it makes it very difficult for you to be a vessel. It makes it very difficult for you to be a good advocate, because most of your most of the things that you do will always be predicated on the image of yourself. And so that's one of the greatest lessons that God has really taught me is just understanding that in order to be useful in this profession, there has to be less of you. So less of your elevated perception of self, less ego, less pride. And it's very easy to find yourself operating in a sense of pride, especially since there are so many attorneys who you'll come into contact with who have that pride when it comes to themselves. And so you'll find that even in law school, there are people who sometimes just act really shifty. I've talked about that a bunch on my channel. Oh, yay. Thank you so much. Oh, that means so much to me. Thank you so much. And I thank you guys all for your prayers and for your support. True, you guys don't even understand. You guys are gifts from God. But just understand that for us to be as great as we were created to be, we have to understand that we were called to do this for a reason. And it wasn't to glorify ourselves or to exalt ourselves. There are so many attorneys who could be some of the greatest in terms of the impact that they make in their community, the impact that they make in the world, but they're unable to because every single decision that they make is based off of how it will make them look. And so we just don't want to lose sight of that. And so I never want to, and I always try to make it my mission to never glamorize the profession, but just remembering that our lives, like this is a profession and it's not an identity. And God really teaching me that, it allowed for me to truly have a life that was free from like the confines of like, well, how can I do this and that if I'm an attorney? It's like, why not? That's your occupation. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's a job that you do, but it's not your identity. When you begin to embrace a assignment as your identity, it's very difficult for God to be able to use you as He created you, because you have this conflict now where your God is your job, it is your profession or your pursuit of that thing. And so, how can you be a vessel to do all of these things that you were created to do when your main focus is on one of the assignments that He created you to do? And so, in learning that, it set me free. It set me free from just that pressure that comes from this profession, that people diligently seek it, and it's insane. People love the optics of a thing. They love to feel stressed. They love to feel overwhelmed, especially in this profession. The absence of you feeling stressed and overwhelmed is like, are you working hard? And it's like, yeah, I'm working very hard, and I'm working hard to be whole as a human and not just an attorney. And so yeah, no problem. Because Jayla, yeah, it changed. This lesson is something that changed my life because it allowed for me to truly meet the Timaiah who God created me to be versus the Timaiah who I molded myself to be based off of an assignment that God gave me. And for those of you guys who don't know, like, I never called myself to law school. My background was always in media, entertainment. That was my background. So law school was an instruction, it was an assignment. And the act of me creating content on YouTube, it really helped me stay enrolled because it was that wasn't a space that I was used to. Most of the people I went to school with, their entire lives, they knew they wanted to be an attorney. I never wanted to be an attorney. And now it's like, I'm so grateful to God that it's one of the ways that He uses me. But it's not my identity. And it's one of the ways. And so many of us lose the opportunity to get to know who we were created to be because we let this crazy world dictate who we are. Like, the first thing a person will ask you when they meet you is like, what do you do? And it's like, I have fun. Like, I love walks. I enjoy nature. But why is it that we always want to know what somebody does for a living? Because we don't live. We would rather know how somebody will spend the majority of their day versus understanding what is it that you enjoy, what brings you happiness, what is your favorite hobby. Instead, we're asking them what is it that they do on a day-to-day basis. And when you begin to fall victim to that mindset, you're going to find yourself very unhappy because here's the kicker: most people don't like their jobs. No matter how many TV shows are out there glamorizing the legal field, most attorneys are not that happy. If they were happy, they wouldn't be diligently seeking the pursuit of stress. And so you got to just be really careful to understand that it's a job. And I love it and it's great, but it's one of the dozens of ways that God will use me if I let Him. If I find myself like, I'm an attorney, I gotta work, I gotta do this, you're never gonna be able to enjoy life as it was intended to be enjoyed. It's a prison. You put yourself in a prison, and you're supposed to be used as a vessel to set people free, whether it's set them free financially because of some kind of financial struggle they're dealing with, or set them free legitimately because you're doing criminal law. Like, you're supposed to set the captives free in this profession, and you cannot do that when that profession is your identity. This is so true. Life needs balance. I need to find Angie, you got to find your balance. Let me tell you, and surrender it to God. Ask for wisdom, because the truth is, you will find that you're more excellent in your profession when you're able to be a whole human. Because it's like, we're not whole when all of our value, all of our validation comes from a profession that's already fickle in and of itself. You're not able to truly pour because you're being depleted. And so when you're able to be filled from doing the things that you're naturally created to do, whether it's just the act of you, if you like art, or if you like nature, like what have you, there's so many things that we as humans love, and we'll never even know that we love them because we've never given ourselves the opportunity to explore them. We don't have time. I don't have enough time to enjoy life because I'm busy chasing this life that's stressful. That's You're never going to be able to be at your best when that's the approach that you take. And had I not gotten that wisdom from God, like, I probably wouldn't even be an attorney at this moment. And it's only been 2 years, because it can become a stressful space if you're operating in that. This is my identity. Like, I worked so hard to become an attorney. Like, I can't make a mistake. I can't this, I can't that. Life is just passing you by. And before you know it, you'll be 10 years in, uh, 3 therapists in, and just feeling empty. Though the world would say, "Oh, that's cool, you're an attorney." Like, there comes a point when that worldly validation means nothing, because you don't feel valid, because you're not, because there's pieces of you that you have yet to meet. There's purpose within you that you have yet to tap into, because you haven't given yourself the ability to tap in. Um, hmm my French friend said to me, Americans live to work while the French work to live. That When I went to Europe, that was the when I was able to see just how people were so free, and it was just like, it was free, where like people sat in the restaurant and just enjoyed it. Um, Man, why is it? Hold on, let me see if I can go back to the comment, because I was reading it. Hold on. Uh, okay, work on that. Oh, okay, Angie. Yeah, that's nothing but the truth. Um, it's so easy for us to want to be there for everybody else, and it's like, you won't even realize that you'll be more of an asset to your boss when you put yourself first, when you prioritize your health, your mental health, your 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 hobbies, what have you. You will be a better asset, because when you're at work, you'll be focusing on work. When you find that you always have work on your mind, and you're like, oh, I gotta catch up on this and catch up on that, it's because it's consuming your life. So there's always time for you to feel like there's more value for you to be added. But when you treat your job as a job, you're going to get everything done while you're there. And of course, there comes those times where it's like, oh, this snuck up on me. Like, I have a big motion due, or there's a trial coming up, and that might require more of you. But when you operate from a pursuit of a whole life, those few times throughout the year is nothing, because you have a full cup. Um, if something were to happen to you, the sad reality is your boss would be able to move forward and find somebody else. Um, Maybe they won't be as great as you, but ultimately, once they're trained well enough, they will be able to. And that was something that I had to really come to terms with. I remember I got sick a few months ago, and it was like, my concern was like, oh, well, how would they manage without me? How would they manage if I had died? They would have to go forward. And so I would rather uh, be whole and take care of myself, so that I can truly be an asset, instead of like convey, like, hey, like, I'm here, I'm always available, because they're not the ones who are having to deal with that at night when you're just thinking about, maybe I should go and work in another profession because I'm feeling unfulfilled. You're going to forever be unfulfilled when you're seeking fulfillment from your occupation. And that's what an attorney is. It's your occupation. You will never be fulfilled in your occupation exclusively. That will never happen. And so there will come a time when you can no longer sustain yourself by diligently seeking whatever new promotion or whatever new advancement to fill you up. It's not filling up your needs as a human, especially when there are so many things that God placed within you, and so many assignments and so many different things that you could do that you could truly enjoy. Like every single thing that God needs me to do, I don't like it. Like, I just don't. And so the beauty of it is it's not my only thing that I have to do. It's like that's one of the things. And it's not that I don't like the whole aspect of it, but it's that life should never just be about the one thing that you're doing. And so if we could all just try to make that our conscious mission to truly live. If everybody dies and not everybody lives, what is it that we have to do to truly live here on earth? And it's to understand that your purpose and your value does not come from your output. It never will. But the world will never tell us that because it likes to keep us stressed and shackled to somebody else's dream. And it's just not for my family. We're just not going to move forward that way. And so in the future, I interestingly enough, I started making music, you guys. I have music that'll be coming out. You guys will be able to hear that. Those of you guys who like great music, that'll be coming out. And as well as content and just us talking and enjoying life truly. And we'll just see where God takes this thing. But I just wanted to first test this out, and I'm happy that it worked. So maybe in the future I can do more lives and things like that. If that's something you guys want to do, we can do like a Q&A and things like that. But I just wanted to test this out, and since you guys are here, just say thank you guys so much, because you guys have no idea how much of a role you guys played in my becoming. I'm forever grateful, and I'm here for you guys. If you guys ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. But yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, end this now. I'm actually at work right now, believe it or not. Believe it or not, but that's okay. I did want to just chat to you guys. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm definitely gonna try to do that. So be on the lookout, guys. I'm glad it notified you guys. That's good. But we'll definitely be in touch, you guys. And I'm so happy I got to do this. Hopefully I can save it. But all is well, you guys. I did pass the bar exam, and I am an attorney now. And that's one of the many things I do. And the beauty of it is you guys played a major, major role in that becoming my reality. So I'm forever grateful. And hopefully we can chat soon. Um, if nothing else, I'm going to go now. I'm going to get back to work. I try to. And I'm going to talk to you guys very, very soon. See